Dude, I keep hearing about Iran, oil, sanctions, but I never understand what's really going on behind the scenes.
Okay, let me blow your mind. There's a guy known only as H or Hector who runs one of the biggest shadow oil empires in the world, from a glass tower.
Wait, what? Like a movie villain?
Better. This is real life. Stick with me. We'll unpack the who, the how, and the why without the headache.
All right, hit me. Start from the beginning.
Iran's economy has run on oil since 1908. Think rigs, pipelines, and tankers shaping everything from jobs to politics. After the 1979 revolution, the new government took direct control of the oil sector. Then the Iran-Iraq War turbocharged the Revolutionary Guard, the IRGC, giving it power not just in the military but in business. As sanctions piled up, Iran built hidden channels to keep selling oil quietly.
So the whole system adapted to hide the oil?
Exactly. Layers of secrecy stacked on top of normal trade. Enter Ali Shamkhani, revolutionary fighter turned Navy commander, defense minister, and top national security chief. He knew every port, shipping lane, and the shortcuts that make maritime trade tick. Those connections became the ultimate cheat sheet for moving oil under pressure.
So the dad basically had the cheat codes to Iran's entire oil and military system?
Exactly. And guess who inherited all that access? Hossein Shamkhani, Ali's son, didn't go into politics. He built a private empire from a glass tower in Dubai. Inside his companies, people didn't use his real name. They called him H or Hector.
That's straight out of a spy thriller.
It gets crazier. First pillar, Admiral Group, the logistics arm moving goods between Iran, Russia, and China. Second, a shadow fleet, over 60 tankers that go dark, switch flags, blend oil, and swap cargo at sea. Third, Ocean Leonid Investments, a fund network in Dubai, Switzerland, and Singapore that funnels oil money into legit markets.
So they sell oil secretly, hide the money, and then invest it like a normal business?
Bingo. Over 100 companies, ships, and middlemen spread around the world. They even maintain brands that look independent to avoid raising flags. After Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, it got sanctioned too. Iran and Russia cut a deal. Iran supplies weapons and drone parts to Russia. Russia pays back in oil, which moves through H's shipping web. China buys this oil using yuan, not dollars, often through alternative payment bridges or barter. A dark fleet of tankers and smaller refineries help keep it off the radar.
So it's like a secret three-way trade system running parallel to the whole world economy.
Exactly. They call it the sanctions economy. China buys big at discounts and builds up reserves on the cheap. Keeping crude flowing matters. Energy security beats politics when the price is right.
Everybody's getting something they want, huh?
Exactly. Iran gets cash and parts. Russia gets a sales channel. China gets cheap energy. In March 2026, the U.S. Justice Department moved to seize over $15 million tied to H's network. They sanctioned dozens of people and more than 60 vessels. Britain and the EU froze assets too. But by the time actions hit, some oil had already reached major buyers, and money had touched big banks.
So the shadow network had already gotten inside the legit system?
That's what makes it so hard to stop. The network's a hydra. Change a company name, swap a flag, route through a new middleman. Payments avoid the dollar, making them harder to trace. Crack down too hard, and you can spike global oil prices. Nobody wants that.
So even America with all its power can't just shut it down?
Not without consequences, and the network adapts fast. Here's the irony. Billions flow through the shadow system, but regular Iranians see very little. The revolution promised equality, but a few elite families now control much of the wealth.
That's the saddest part.
The revolution replaced one set of elites with another.
So what you're telling me is, in today's world, real power isn't about armies and missiles. It's about controlling networks, oil, money, ships, information.
Exactly. And the most powerful person in that shadow world might not be any president or general. It might just be a man known only as H.